Galnet News Digest, 15th of January 3305. We read the news so you don't have to. In this week's news, Apathy strikes at Imperial Showdown. IHO delays decision on Nanomeds. A distant crash. Truckers in turmoil. Apathy strikes at Imperial Showdown. The fate of the Empire hangs in the balance, but it's the citizens who don't turn out to vote who may decide the fate of Emperor Orissa and the young pretender Hadrian. Voting's taking place in the Pareza system and follows the traditional Imperial method of shooting repeatedly at the opposition until whoever's left is declared the winner. The contenders are Emperor Orissa Lavigny Duval, who is the reigning champion, and lightweight youth Hadrian Duval, who only recently found out he's supposed to be the Emperor when he was phoned up by a duke who needed help getting gold out of the Imperial vaults and just needed 1.5 million credits in fees paid up front. Orissa represents the old ways, whereas Hadrian represents the really old ways, from when the Empire was isolated from the rest of the galaxy. Hadrian will build a wall, and the Thargoids will pay for it. But only if he wins this crucial vote, and voting is lackluster at best, with most eligible commanders off on an expedition. At the moment, Orissa's Remain campaign looks likely to win, but no-deal civil war remains a possibility. There's everything to play for in the battle against Apathy. IHO delays decision on Nanomeds. The Interstellar Health Organization has so far failed to react to the patent claim from Utopia over Vitadyne's nanomed technology. Were they to grant Pranavantal's complaint, Nanomeds would disappear back into Utopia. If they allow Vitadyne to continue manufacturing, there's no guarantee that the wonder drug would be available to anyone other than the fabulously wealthy. Can the IHO come up with a sensible approach that will allow everyone to benefit? Only time will tell. A distant crash. The biggest expedition ever staged set off on Sunday and promptly ran into trouble. Distant Worlds 2, the successor to Distant Stars and Distant Worlds 1, has more than 10,000 registered explorers, nearly half of whom managed to find the starting line in time to set off. Almost as soon as the expedition set off, there were problems with the Galactic Traffic Control Center computers crashing and grounding flights across the galaxy. In an entirely unrelated event, 3 terraces of houses near a trading estate on the outskirts of Dublin are reported to have melted as a result of a massive power surge. Despite these problems, a significant number of expedition members have already arrived at the second waypoint, where they must wait until Thursday to start work building a massive starport which is destined to take its place close to the centre of the galaxy. Meanwhile, the Pilots Federation has been accused of being in league with ne'er-do-wells after it suppressed messages warning Distant Worlds 2 expedition members to avoid that part of space deemed to be open to combat. Urgent communications such as "open is dangerous" were replaced with asterisks, because the word open, followed by the word is, spells "o penis" if you have an imaginative mind and move the word spacing about a bit. The Pilots Federation, proudly creating smut out of innocent phrases since 2805. Truckers in turmoil. The Hutton truckers are reported to be in turmoil this week after a survey of the Alpha Centauri system revealed that Hutton Orbital is not, as famously stated, 0.22 light-years from Alpha Centauri A, but is instead a meagre 0.21 light-years away. Thousands of Hutton mugs have had to be recalled to have their logo changed, and the Orbital has had its tourism licence revoked, as truckers clock in record times, getting to the Orbital in less than 1 hour 24 minutes, and as an investigation begins to find out why the famous Orbital has shifted. The finger of suspicion has been pointed at the truckers' head of Newtonian physics, who may have accidentally permitted the Orbital and its planet of Eden to orbit closer to the jump-in point. However, the real reason for this disruption is believed to be the revelation this week that Pilots Federation Holovid presenter Edward C. Lewis will soon be leaving to join a rival channel and possibly become a rock star. That's news enough to make the stars move in the firmament. And that's this week's Galnet News. Galnet News, we read the news so you don't have to.